Hello, people of the world, and welcome to the Mental Hub, the place where literally everyone should be, because this place is amazing and fun, and we talk about a bunch of fun things. Well, I talk about a bunch of fun things, and you listen, and hopefully enjoy it, because I wouldn't want to make anyone upset, because, that's not what I like to do. I'm a people pleaser. I like making people happy. But this is just a little tiny podcast that I decided to make on a whim while I was laying in bed eating just a huge amount of chocolate and hating my life. But this is just where I decided to talk about a bunch of things from the previous week that have made me happy, sad, angry, and pretty much any other emotion that any human being could feel. Why not? And, I suffer from a lot of mental health issues, so I know how it feels to not really fit in or be in a place where you can be happy, but I wanted to give people a place where they could feel safe and secure and happy, and hopefully I can do that for people, because that's all I ever strive for, is giving people a safe environment. If I ever don't do that for you, then you don't have to listen, or, you can let me know what you want me to do, and I'll do it. Trust me, I will do it. I will do anything that you want, because I am, susceptible to being manipulated into doing things for people. Which, honestly, understandable. But, also, don't manipulate me, because that's really mean. But, honestly, this week has been pretty chill. I haven't really had anything bad happen to me at all yet. But at the same time, it's only Thursday, which therapy day, by the way. I got therapy today, y'all. I'm going to talk about some really fucked up things to my therapist, because that's what I do. I talk to her about all my problems. She is literally my rock, and if I didn't have her, I probably wouldn't be here. But I say that about everyone that I'm close to, including my therapist, because that's normal. But I have a feeling that today she's going to bring up yet again that we have to start talking about the end of therapy, because I've been with her for the long 6 years, maybe. It's been a while, a lot longer than you should be with a trauma therapist, but COVID happened, so we kept going because everything was over the phone. And, you shouldn't end therapy over the phone. Which, honestly, I get that. But it just makes it hurt more when she just randomly brings up, Elena, we have to stop therapy. You've been here for too long and you really gotta get the fuck out. Please. Please, don't do this to me. I have abandonment issues and we have talked about this. All jokes, by the way, I promise. I wouldn't talk shit about my therapist. I love her. But, I got a lot of problems. A lot. And I never really tell people that I'm a normal person, because why lie? I only lie to my family, which sounds worse than it is. Promise it's not. I do my best not to be a bitch, but I am one. So, who cares? I'm a very angry person at heart. My family knows that. My entire family knows that. They know how angry I can get. They've seen it personally, in person, up close. Real up close and personal. But, I'm a very angry person. I yell a lot. I get angry easily. Very, very easily. It's not good as a person to get angry. And I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. But, it's hard not getting angry at things, because this world has gone to shit. And it's just so hard to be passionate about things and having dreams when you have people telling you constantly that, your dreams aren't going to come true in the way that you want. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But don't shit on my parade, okay? Let me have the things I want, and I will stay out of your way. I'll stay out of your life. I'll leave you alone. I'll let you be happy in your little sad bubble of a shitty life, and let me go live mine. But then people are just like, no, we're not going to do that. we are going to force you to do things that you don't want to do because this is the fun that we have. This is our way of literally just having fun. Which, understandable. I like having fun too. But don't force me to do things, because I will literally bite back hard. Really hard. And a little tidbit of a knowledge that you should know about me is that I am a high school dropout. And I have a good reason for it, sort of. I started freshman year in a very, very bad place in my life. In my last year of middle school, 8th grade, I had a suicide attempt, which I'm not going to get into in this episode because it is the first episode and we don't need that to be here right now. But I did have a suicide attempt, and I did go to a mental facility, is what we're going to call it, because mental hospital just makes it sound like I'm absolutely bonkers. I'm really not, I promise. I'm an amazing person. I sort of. I try to be. I do my best. But I was in there for a while, and then I got out, went straight into school, straight into court too, which was just not good, and I'll get into that in another episode, because that is also not something that we should be getting into, because that it's part of the suicide attempt. Not good. But I've made many friends there, and then I lost them in a really bad way, which I've lost pretty much every single friend I've had, except for like 4. And I've had a lot of friends. Also, not a thing we should get into right now. I'll keep going. But, suicide attempt, mental facility, threw me right back into school. I graduated from middle school. Great, cool, so proud of myself. And then I went to high school. And high school is a horrible place. It's terrible. I mean, it's literally prison. It's hell. It's like being in Satan's asshole. It sucks. And it just sucks out every last living piece of childhood that you have left, and just says, you're going to have to get rid of that, because high school is horrible. And we're just like, okay, we're susceptible little children. We'll listen. Great. Then our lives go to shit. That was a little aggressive, but it was true. And I didn't have a phone until freshman year of high school because, I grew up poor. Very, very poor. Not easy. My mom didn't get a job until me and my twin brother, the youngest, went in high school, which honestly, she just jumped right back into a job, even though me and her and almost every other person in my family suffer from severe clinical anxiety. So the way she could just jump up and get into a job wowed me and literally amazed me. She's one of the strongest people I know. So we didn't have a whole lot of money, but we made a living. We were okay. And then I got a phone. It was an iPhone 4 in a place where iPhone 8s were new. So, not great. But it got me through. It got me to where I needed to be. I didn't really need a nice new iPhone where everything was so cool, because now I have an Android. I'm not upset about it. I grew up in an Apple world, but now I have an Android and everything's kind of okay. Just normal things that kids worry about. And then, I failed that year because of more hospital visits and, more just a lot of mental health just getting thrown at me because of, fucking problems. But I will get more into detail about my first freshman year in, again, another episode, because it's not a fun thing to talk about on a first episode where you're getting to know me, which is also why I'm just talking, ranting on about things about high school, because I want you guys to get to know me. I want you guys to know my reasoning of why I made the life choices that I did. I want to tell you my dreams and the things I want to achieve in life before the day I die. Things. Another little side rant. So sorry. My therapist told me I have to stop doing this. But, yeah. So, that was the first freshman year that I failed. Not great. I didn't go to any class. I skipped pretty much every day because I was just in a really horrible place and I couldn't really get myself to do anything. Couldn't get myself to brush my teeth, couldn't get myself to shower, couldn't get myself to change my clothes. It was a bad place. And I'm not embarrassed by that. It's a thing that a lot of people go through. I'm just like one of the only people who are actually talking about it and making it a seen thing. Which, if you don't want to talk about it, great. You don't have to. No one's forcing you. Like, I just have learned to just accept the fact that I'm not okay in the head. And that it's just a thing that happens to people. It's a chemical imbalance. And what am I going to do about that? I can't reach into my own fucking head and put more chemicals in there. So, I'm just here with a chemical imbalance, living life. But back to high school. Failed freshman year, went in again, and I think that was around the time that I had my last hospital visit. That was the number 6. That was the 6th visit, and that was around the time where COVID started. And then, my dog died while I was in there, so horrible, sad. I miss him every single day, but that's just, can't really do anything about that now. He was loved, he knew that. And the only reason I remember that this was when that was because for like a week, the week before I left, no parents were allowed to visit. You just had to call. So I found out that my dog died over a phone call because my parents were allowed to come in. And then I left, and COVID was like a really big thing. It was like when you had to like stay in your home, So that was when all that happened, and that was my second freshman year. So I went straight back into school, and I couldn't do anything. My meds weren't working at all. I decided to stop taking them. My eating disorder had started to get really, really, really bad at that point. So I was getting like really skinny, and I was losing weight really fast. I got it semi under control now, but also not really. But that's also when my self-harm was a huge thing. I have scars covering pretty much every part of my body, from like my ankles to my hands to underneath my chin, even to like my under boob also was a place that I did. My stomach, thighs, wrists, the bottom of my foot, I think I tried once, but I couldn't feel it, so I stopped doing it. Pretty much anywhere that I could hide my body, I did it. So I have scars everywhere to remind me that, I made some pretty fucked up decisions in my life. But they're decisions that I made and that I have to live with now. And I'm okay with it. I try to find beauty in the things that not many people do. And I'm doing my best with what I have and what I can. And that's really all that matters, Because, what am I going to do? I'm not going to, take that back. If I had a time machine that I could go to take all this back, I honestly wouldn't. I would stay in the path that I am. Because the things that I've done in the past are what shaped me to be who I am. And I like who I am. In all honesty, I love who I am as a person, as a friend, as a relationship, as a partner, as a family member. I love who I am. Because I'm not a liar. I'm not a thief anymore, honestly. I did have a pretty bad past. But I'm honest with you, and if you're not honest with me, then that's it. At a certain point, you'll ruin our friendship, our relationship. But those are choices that you made. I make decisions that are just good for myself, and I'm not going to be friends with toxic people, And if I gotta cut off family members, any family members who are listening right now, don't think I won't, because I will. Trust me. I really, really will. But anyway, back to high school. So, we were doing school by computers. The thing that people did. online, and I couldn't wake up. I couldn't get myself up for the call. I couldn't get myself to do the work. I laid in bed 24/7 for 2 years, pretty much. We couldn't go out. I couldn't see my friends often. I couldn't see family often. And I was just, I was alone. I didn't really have anything that would make me want to be a human being. I literally, genuinely could not do anything. It was like my entire body was numb. It was like I was a cripple. Okay? Imagine me. You don't know what I look like. Some of you might, but most of you don't. Imagine me, a cripple, in a wheelchair. If any of this is offensive, I'm really sorry, just right now. That was me laying in bed. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. And I started suffering from sleep paralysis again. I had it when I was a kid. I'll get more into that again in another episode. But I started to get sleep paralysis again, where I would just have the most vivid dreams of like horrible, terrible, terrible things happening to me. And it's not like I would wake up screaming or anything, but I would just wake up not remembering what had happened. And if I did remember, I wouldn't know if it was a dream or not. I would think it was like, a weird thing that I just randomly remembered, or a thing that actually happened to me. And like, that was the scariest part, was I didn't know it was fake or it was real. And I couldn't really talk to anybody about it because I was already in therapy already. And I had already been in like a mental hospital. I didn't want people thinking that I was crazier than I let them believe. So I kept it a secret, and it just ate me alive. But I got through it. Everything is semi-okay now. But at the same time, nothing is ever really going to be okay. I'm never going to be normal, but I don't want to be normal. I want to be who I am. I love who I am. And I will say that till the day I die, unless I just one day decide I don't like myself. Which, could happen. Not saying it can't. It could. I know that it could. I'm aware. So yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened 2020. And I think you can guess it. I failed that 9th grade too. I failed that freshman year as well. So then, 3rd freshman year, failed, obviously. I only went to one class. I had enough credits, somehow. I passed enough classes that I could be known as a 10th grader. But still in all 9th grade classes except for one, which was biology, because it would start out as science and then go to biology. And I loved biology. It was my favorite. Like, I went to anytime I was in school, I would go to biology. It would be the one class I went to. And I would just sit in the bathroom smoking like a little fucking freshman I was. And I was living my life. But I absolutely fucking loved biology. And my teacher, I'm not gonna name drop because I don't do that. My biology teacher, he was amazing. He knew the right ways to teach a teenager because he was also young. So he knew the ways. And he was a Doctor Who fan, which, first of all he had to say was that he liked Doctor Who. Boom, went to every class. That's it. That's what did it for me. I don't know if I was like secretly in love with him in my own brain or something and I just didn't know, or if I wanted to be his best friend. I don't know. But either way, he was an amazing teacher, and I really, 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 really liked his class. But still failed that year, so about halfway through the year after that, I decided to just stop going to school. I'm 17 now. I dropped out this year. I think I dropped out somewhere around November of 2022. And then just stopped going. And honestly, people are like, Elena, that was a horrible idea. Why would you do that? Or Elena, like, you know, you're not going to be able to get a regular job when you get older. Or Elena, you're going to ruin your life because of this decision. And do I look like I give a fuck? Like, genuinely. Like, if you look at my face, if you could see it, you would just say, oh, she could care less. Okay? Actually, no, she couldn't care less. Also, where did I ask? I didn't. Just don't tell me your opinions unless I ask, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But yeah, I decided to drop out. I don't have my license yet, or my GED, which I am studying to take. Trust me, I promise I am. I'm not going to be an imbecile who doesn't have fucking her GED. And I've only had one job in my life that lasted about 3 weeks. Which was a little pizza place. But I got bullied, and then my anxiety told me to get the fuck out of there, and if my gut tells me to do something, I'm gonna do it. So I texted my boss, and I said I quit, and I'm not coming back in. He was like, okay, I understand. I was like, great boss. Loved him. But me and my best friend were deciding to get summer jobs together because she is getting her license in May, which, surprise, surprise, around my 18th birthday. And we're gonna get summer jobs together. I already sort of have a job, but like it's not really professional in any way yet. But I am a tattoo artist, and somewhat a body piercer, but I do that for free just because, and I do most of my tattoos for free as well. Because, people like expressing themselves, and sometimes you just need to do something bigger, badder, weirder, just more in your face than telling people. So you dye your hair, or you get your tongue pierced, or your nipples pierced, or you get a crazy tattoo of a dolphin behind your ear. I don't know. And that's just how you express yourself. I have around 27 tattoos now, done mainly by me or by my best friend who I taught. And I love them all, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Because this is just how I express myself, and I want to help people do that as well. So, I love helping people out. It's just what I want to do. It's my dream. That's my dream job. Is anything I can do to help people express themselves and feel better about the way that they look. And I have not yet messed up on a tattoo that I couldn't fix. I really haven't. And none of my tattoos have gotten infected or have gotten bad. I just know what I'm doing, and I know ways to, not make things go bad. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just, buy a tattoo off of Amazon or buy a tattoo gun off of Amazon, which is what I did. Don't get me wrong, I did do that. But a lot of people just don't know how to keep it clean. I keep it clean. It's really not that hard. You just don't reuse needles. You don't reuse cups that you put your ink in. You don't reuse anything except for the actual gun itself. Just keep things clean. It's really not that hard. Spray some alcohol down. Literally put hand sanitizer on the table if you have to. Alcohol is alcohol. Pour some fucking vodka on that shit. Who cares? But people are always asking me tattooing out of your living room is not very trustworthy. If you could see me right now, you could see my face, you would know that I don't give two flying fucks about what you think. I have been through way too much. Just trauma and shit and pain to give a fuck about what you think. So if anyone at all is gonna come to me and say, you're weird, or you should just stop doing blah blah blah, or start doing blah blah blah, I'll tell you I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your opinion, nor did I ask. So just keep it to yourself, honestly. Please keep it to yourself. I don't care. Yeah, well, I can rant about a lot of things for a long time, and I'm gonna be doing that for as long as I can think of, because why not? But now is the time, the point where I tell you about all my hopes and dreams, which I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about this, where they asked me, you talk about dying all the time. What has actually stopped you from doing it? Because I have always said that there are many things that are reasons that I'm still here and alive. And honestly, being dead is one of my biggest dreams. It's a dream of mine. And I'm not saying that in a way that like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and kill myself. No, I'm saying that it's funner. It's more fun to chase a dream than to have it given to you. So why would I kill myself and have that dream just given to me when I could chase it? I could wait for it to come to me and have it just be so much better. Because I want to live a full life. I do. And that suicide attempt that I had earlier, I was 14 years old. What do you want from me? But it took me a long time to get to the place that I am. And I'm all the happier and the better for it. But, death is always going to be on my mind because it should be on everyone's mind. Not in the same way, obviously, but it should be. It should be on everyone's mind. And I think about dying every day, literally 24/7. And I think about ways that I can do it easily. But, I've been through more pain than anyone that I know. Not that I know of, that I personally know. And, if I were any other person, I feel like I would be dead by now. Nothing would be able to keep me alive after being what I've been through. But I'm here. Because I have so many people in my life who need me. So I'm here. For them. For my animals. My rat, Remy. My snake, Sully. My dog. My 2 turtles. My snapping turtle, Diablo. El Diablo. I named my turtle the devil. Because he's not really the devil. He's a sweet little baby. But I'm here for all of them. Because that's what I need to be. So until then, until I reach that goal, I'm gonna make mini goals. Like a dream job, which is, there's 3 of them. I want to own a bar, a little teeny tiny bar. I want to be a bartender, because that just seems fun, giving people drinks, watching them get drunk, and then shitting themselves. It's fun. And then a body piercer and a tattoo artist. So a body modifier. Those are my dream jobs. Those are what I aspire to be. And I want to move to New York. Not for a super specific reason, which a lot of people think that there is. There's really not. The reason that I do is because right now I live in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to specify where. Don't think I'm not going to. But I live in Pennsylvania and I hate it here. I have so many just horrible memories of this place, just that I hate going outside. I hate living here. I hate everything about it. And so I want to move away from here, but I still want to be close enough that I can reach my family at any time if I need to. But the only other closer places that I want to move to, or that I honestly could move to, is Jersey. And I am not, absolutely fucking tootin' not, moving to New Jersey. That place sucks. It sucks ass. So, the next best place, New York. I'm not gonna move to the city because I don't think I'll ever have enough money to move to New York City. Okay, that place is hella fucking expensive. Unless I can find a fucking, what's the people called who own the apartment buildings and, rent to you? Those people. If I can find one of those people who are gonna let me and my best friend move into a studio apartment, then ain't no way. So I'm moving to the state, New York. Probably in the countryside, but I want to be near a subway so I can go to the city and just go shopping and have fun. I don't know, go on dates. I don't fucking know. I don't know what adults do. I don't know what I'm going to be doing as an adult. But, things. I don't know. But I've had many dreams of just being a bartender in a little bar in the city, honestly, because the city's just a fun place to be. I've gone to New York many times. It's very fun. I loved it. And I just want to be a little bar tender. Bar. Oh my god, that came out so horribly. I want to be a bar owner and a bartender. Because, that's fun. But I have way too much anxiety to be in, a bar owner where, there's just, tons of people in my bar at all times. Like, I want like 3 or 4 people off in the corner than like 4 people at the bar. And I'm just standing there, just washing a cup, minding my own business. Just leave me alone. Unless you think I'm like super fine, then you can come up to me and be like, hey girl, and I'll be like, hey. But other than that, leave me alone. Okay? Leave me the fuck alone. Unless you genuinely have something important to say, or I know you very well and I can run up to you screaming and hug you. Because I love hugs. And I'll never, ever, ever shy away from the chance of a hug. Even from like a greasy, wet, just like bloody homeless guy. I'll take a hug. You can hug me, Mr. Homeless Guy. I'm okay with it. I love it. I love hugs. I love feeling engulfed in someone else's body. Sorry, that came off a little weird. And a little strong. But that's okay. You know, I can come off a little strong. It's me. You'll get to know me very well if you are an avid listener. But you know, learning about me is a process that takes way too long. And not many people really get a chance to do because I'm not a very open person. I don't know. That's not really the right way to put it. I'm an open person, but to certain people. Unless I'm not looking you dead on or talking to you where you can talk back, like a podcast. This is the perfect place where I can open up about my problems and everything that I've had happen to me in my life. And hopefully, not take any shit for it. Because if you hear about my past and you decide to do what someone else has done in my life and switch it around and make me feel bad for it happening to me, you will forever be dead to me, and I will hunt you down to the ends of the fucking earth, and I will shove your face into a bear's hole, okay? And you will be dead. And I'm not going to be sorry about it. I'm not. Because why would I? You insulted me and that's what happens. But this podcast episode is the first episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant that I'm going to be doing once a week. Because, yeah, I had fun having a reason to actually talk to myself because I do it a lot. I have just very weird, plentiful conversations with myself, acting like I'm a whole nother person. And that's really probably not a good thing, but I do it anyway. Because, fuck you. I'll do whatever I want. Leave me alone. Anyway, whoever decides to listen to this and enjoys it, I love you. Anyone who doesn't like this, I love you anyway because I could use the criticism. So just, let me know if there's anything that you would like me to do differently or do in general. My Instagram is Elena Metz Bitches. And my DMs are always open. By the way, that's ELENAMETZ bitches. So feel free to DM me if there's anything you want me to talk about or there's anything you just want me to know. Because I am open for you guys to have a safe place to talk about things, or just if you want a friend. Because honestly, I could use more friends, and I would love to get to know anyone who enjoys hearing me talk about random things to myself in my bedroom like I'm talking to someone else. So just, hit me up. Let's have fun, weird conversations. But for right now, that is about all I can give you. So I really hoped you guys did enjoy this, and I will be doing more of these episodes, even if you didn't like it, because go to hell. I'm doing what I want. Deal with it. And I will, talk to myself, pretending like you guys are in the room with me next week. Adios, amigos.